Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amanda Myris, and on this channel, this is where I discuss all things business, marketing, branding, and different tips and tricks to help you build your dream life and career. I post new videos every Tuesday, so make sure you like and subscribe, hit the bell, and you'll be notified on my next tip. Today I'm going to be discussing essential tools to use for your online business, or for your business in general. So the tools, I did talk about what you need for an online business in my previous video. I will put a card up here so you can check that out. This one is more so digital tools. The first one would be obviously a website. You need a website for your online business. I talked about this in the last video. You need a website. Social media is not a website. Yes, you do need social media, but it's not your website. One of my favorite things that I use, I think it's essential for everyone, is Canva. Oh my gosh, mind blown. Canva is a lifesaver. It changed my life, changed my business. Everything looks so much more professional. It made everything so much more easy. There's templates, do stuff yourself, very fun to use, very easy to use, and it's free. They do have a pay option. So far I haven't started using that. I don't need it right now. I don't know if I ever will need to pay for it, but yeah, Canva. And this is Canva. This is my website. That's my fashion brand. But Canva, super simple. This is what it looks like, and all of your designs, different templates, all that. Automatically downloads, custom dimensions. You can do YouTube channel art, YouTube thumbnail, outro, blog, all that stuff. Super helpful, and it is free. Another thing would be a task manager. This is good if you are somebody that likes to write stuff down, likes to check stuff off a list, do to-do lists. If you have a team and you want to communicate within your team and figure out what everyone's doing, what tasks they are on, and how close they are to finishing those tasks. Different task managers that I use are either Asana, Slack, and there's Todoist. Asana is good for teams. Asana and Slack are both good for if you have a team and you need to keep in communication, especially if you work remotely, you need to keep track of tasks. Another big thing would be a calendar. You need a calendar. You need to keep track of everything going on. I will forget. I'm terrible. I would forget things if it's not in my calendar. I write a lot of stuff in my planner, put it in my calendar. If I don't, I will forget. Google Drive. You need Google Drive. I find Google Drive so much better. A lot of people use Dropbox. I just like Google Drive so much more. You can have your photos in there, you can have your documents in there, you can have your sheets in there. Like Sheets, another one that I use like crazy. And it has made everything so much more easy in my business. I keep track of everything, my receipts, my expenses, my inventory, different stuff like my scheduling. So I'll put what I post, ideas I have for a YouTube channel, when I'm posting it, when it's due, all that stuff. So it helps me stay really organized. A good thing about Google Drive is it has 15 gigs, I believe it gives you for free, 15 gigs, and that's a lot because unless you're doing a whole lot, like I have a ton of photos on Google Drive and documents and all that stuff, and I think I still have 5 gigs on my Google Drive, and you can just build another Google Drive if you don't want to pay for it. So that's a good one. Another tool is a notebook. I talked about this in my last video also, but notebooks. Take notes. If you're not taking notes right now, I don't know what you're doing. Take notes. It helps. They say that you remember things more if you write it down. I write everything down. If you don't want to carry a notebook like I do, like old school writing stuff down, use the notes in your phone. The note I have, like, look at all of these notes just in this notebook. Every page, like I write everything down. You should see the notes in my phone. Like there's hundreds of pages of notes. Use it, take advantage of it, write it down, check it off the list. I love the satisfaction of just crossing something off of my to-do list. Another one would be self-development books. You can always tell if somebody's well-read, if they're up to date on stuff. Read. Listen to a podcast, read a book, watch something on YouTube that's informational, educational, like this video. Learn. Your brain is a muscle. You need to work it out. I love reading. I try to read every day. If I didn't read for the day, I listened to a podcast. If I didn't listen to a podcast, I watched something on YouTube. I did something to educate myself, to learn more, to expand my knowledge, my brain, everything. So that's a big one. Another one would be photo editing software. This is good for photographers, videographers, if you have an online business with products, if you're on social media, if you're trying to build a brand for yourself, photo editing software, and you don't have to spend a lot of money. I use Snapseed. It's free. The images you see on my website, I'll go back to them. So let's see. Handmade. These images I took using a Lightbox. I discussed that in my previous video also, but I edited them using Snapseed. All I did was brighten them up. Super easy to use Snapseed, highly recommend. Drew in the actual image more. Another photo editing software is Lightroom. I use Lightroom. Well, I just started using Lightroom, I should say, and I love it. It helped me up my game, my social media game. I don't use Lightroom for images that I put on my website, but I definitely use them for images on my social media. I also have Affinity Photo and Affinity Designer. It's similar to Photoshop and Illustrator, but it's cheaper and you can do a lot with it. That's where I built my logo. I used Affinity Photo or Affinity Designer. I do some photo editing on there. Some of the graphics on my website were made on Affinity Photo or Affinity Designer, so that's a good one, but it does cost money. Another tool for your business is some kind of newsletter. I use MailChimp. It's free up to, I don't know, 1,000 emails or subscribers. I don't remember. Super simple, easy. Social media, like I said, social media, you don't have to be on all of them, but you have to be on social media. You need to have a presence on social media. Like I said before, I look people up on social media or brands. Before I work with a brand, I'll look them up on social media. I'll find a business card from somebody that in my pile of business cards. I'll look them up on social media. If you're building a brand, you need a social media presence. Facebook pixels, that's another thing for people to find you. If you are on Instagram and you see that people have a shopping bag or shopping cart on their Instagram, they do it through Facebook pixels. So I'll show you an example. This is my Instagram for my fashion brand. You see how it has products? It says view more products, and then you can shop. That is done through Facebook pixels. Huge tool to have, and that's social media again, so everything is all circling back. Google Analytics. You need to use Google Analytics. You need to know who is going to your website, where they're coming from, what to focus on, what to put your energy into, how many people viewed your website for the day, how many viewed it for the month, how many viewed it for the year. So what I do is I'm constantly checking my analytics. I'm always looking at analytics, and I try and beat my numbers from before. So say I had 40 people look at my website for the day. I want to up it. So the next day I better have more than 40 views. And then I do it for the month also. So say I had 5,000 views on my website for the month. The next month I better have more than 5,000 views on my website, because if I don't, then I'm not doing, something is not right. I'm not sharing it enough, I'm not promoting it enough, I'm not doing something right. So you need to keep track of your analytics, and a good one is Google Analytics. It connects right away, super fast, and it's real time. You can literally watch people, you can see where they are. So if I go onto my analytics, I can see where they came from, where they're located, what page they're on, like what they're looking at in real time. It's pretty cool. With Google Analytics, that's one reason I know my social media posts, how they're doing. It's because as soon as I post an announcement or something, I go to Google Analytics and I'll see the traffic coming into the website. And then you can see if one post does better than the other, and you can compare a press kit. I talked about this in my other video also, and I got a lot of questions from it, and so I'm thinking I should do a video on a press kit. If you think I should do a video on a press kit, please give a like or leave a comment if you want to hear more. I will do a video on a press kit, and I will show you my press kit and how I did my press kit. I procrastinated so long on making my press kit, And then when I finally started making it, I had so much fun doing it, and I cranked it out right away. And I'm like, why did I procrastinate so long on doing this? It happens. Anyway, so a press kit is needed. It's a PDF document, and it just says everything about you, your business, and what you have accomplished. It has a little bio, photos, it talks about your story, your brand story, where you've been featured. You can also put in some analytics, how many views you get, depending on what the purpose is of your press kit. It's a good way to promote yourself without having a PR person. Building a brand, especially from the ground up, you are everything. You are your PR person, you are your social media manager, you are everything. So keep it organized and just make sure everything works together. So that's why I like to use the same thing, like Google Drive. I use Google Drive, I use Google Sheets, I use Google Analytics. I use everything and I try and keep it all together. A press kit will help you put it all together, and it's a lot of fun doing it. I was like, wow, I've done a lot. And I'm like, oh, this is exciting. I'm patting myself on the back. And so if you want to be featured on different podcasts, and if you want to be featured in Fashion Week, or if you want to be featured, I don't know, whatever, if you want to do a speaking engagement podcast, another one, since you are everything in your business, you are most likely your own finance. So you need to keep track of those finances. And it's better to do it early on, straight away, so you don't have to backtrack and figure everything out. If you don't use Google Sheets and keep track, would be QuickBooks. QuickBooks is a good way to keep track of your finances. I'm pretty sure it costs money. Another tool would be some type of software that you build business cards, you do your promotional stuff if you want to have like your logo on a shirt or sweater or a mug or something. Vistaprint is a good one. Super inexpensive. You can get 500 business cards for $10. That's what I did when I first got started. I used Vistaprint. I made these ones. They're made out of recycled cotton t-shirts. I made these off of Moo, but there's so many other places you can go to make them. Moo is highly expensive. I'm not even gonna tell you how much I paid for these cards, but this is what I thought of off the top of my head. I just took some quick notes. Like I said, I'm always taking notes. So I hope this helped you, and if it did, please like and leave a comment. Also subscribe, hit the bell. I post new videos every Tuesday, and I do different tips and things for business. If you want me to talk about something specific, leave a comment. If you're on Instagram, please give me a follow, AmandaLynn121. Thanks, bye guys.